Greetings everyone, and welcome back to another installment in the iWish series, a series in which I buy things primarily sold on Wish to see if they're any good. Most of the time they are not, but hey, you never know. Maybe in the next 3 years we might get something worthy. The item that I do want to take a look at today is one I've been meaning to look at for a while, and I finally got my opportunity. I didn't purchase this from Wish, but the person who I purchased this from did purchase it from Wish. I hope that made sense. I'll talk about this a bit more soon, but just quickly, I'd like to go over a few things. Firstly, there are timestamps in the description as well as the pinned comment, so you can skip along to wherever you would like to. There's no harm in doing this if you don't want to sit through a long video, that's understandable. Next up, I don't endorse the sales of any replica or knockoff products. This video is for entertainment purposes as well as educational purposes because I buy these items so you don't have to. If an item seems too good to be true online, it most likely is, especially on Wish, as most items are falsely advertised. You could likely find this item on a variety of other websites, but if you see a $1,500 phone listed for $150, something isn't quite right. Don't buy these cheapo phones, always stick with a reputable manufacturer such as Xiaomi, OnePlus, Oppo, Nokia, and the list goes on. The things sold on Wish are absolute bottom of the barrel, but we always have a good time poking fun at some cheap knockoffs. Alright, with that out of the way, what item are we taking a look at? Well, it's already in the title and the thumbnail, but we are finally looking at a Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra clone. I'm finally getting around to doing this, even though the actual legit S21 Ultra has been out since January, so hopefully it was worth the wait. And the very quick brief story about this was that I found this item on Facebook Marketplace listed as Chinese phone, and for a price of only $60 Australian. I had a feeling that this person likely fell for this, thinking this was the real deal on Wish, and once receiving it, ended up working out that it wasn't what was advertised. I messaged the seller, picked it up for $60, and confirmed from them that this was off Wish, as I kind of already knew anyways. I have briefly tested this phone already and performed the camera test in advance, and I can say it shares some similarities with another phone I've already reviewed, and that is the Galaxy S30 Ultra thing. I'll card it up here if you want to watch that. So how good is the S21 Plus Ultra listing on Wish? Yes, I said that right, the S21 Plus Ultra, just to go with it. Let's take a look at the listing, which most of you know what's coming, and here is the new global version gaming smartphone S21 Plus Ultra with 7.3 inches 4K HD full screen 4G 5G support, unlocking Android phone version 16 and 512 gig storage mobile gaming smartphone. And it's got 1 whole star out of 5. That's already a good sign, and if you somehow wanted to buy this thing from Wish, you are looking at $190 plus $17 shipping, which is a total of $207 Australian, which I'll display the currency conversion chart on screen for you all, so you get a rough idea of how much this thing costs. But straight away, the first picture shows that we have big savings with the 16 plus 512 gig global version. Okay, it's the global version then. And as it says there, S21 Plus Ultra, even though it does almost look like the S21 Ultra, but they've called it the S21 Plus Ultra for the sake of it. And you can get it in 3 different colors. My one is the gold one, but blue looks kind of nice. We've got the usual 7.3 inch drop screen, fingerprint unlock, double SIM card, Android 10, 10 deca-core MTK 6989, 6800 mAh battery, a 24 megapixel front camera and a 48 megapixel rear camera, and 16 plus 512 gig. Does anyone want to take a guess and tell me how much of that is actually true? Feel free. 5G LTE, global 5G LTE bands. It's not 5G and LTE, it's 5G LTE, which of course makes complete sense. Also, 5G is listed 4 times in this picture. 16 gig plus 512 gig flash memory, 16 gig big memory, and 512, we've already seen this before. Nothing really new to see here. Of course, we have our 48 million HD rear cameras, adopt dual core sensor, and introduce aluminium. Hang on, this is new. Artificial intelligence, post fast dual lens, adding image, Rubik's Cube technology, and then Cooper arrays with aluminium camera, aluminium backlight photo, aluminium portrait, make mobile phone become your professional imaging team. That's a new one, but we have big circle, fast focusing, and anti-shake. All features this thing doesn't have. 6800 mAh battery. It's not a battery, it's a batty. Okay. With leading power management and AI power management of 6800 mAh, it brings you tremendous energy while fast charging of 18 watt allows you to run for a period of time. Big screen phone, leading the industry. Design and vision is more broad and clear, 19:9, narrower border, larger screen display, bring you a better visual feast. We've seen this before and it's the same thing. Big screen phone is better than small screen phone. Hi-Fi makes music change your heart. The revolutionary face detection helps you quick access your personal phone without any other move. Quite convenient for busy time or tight moment. Built-in fingerprint unlocking works great. That is exactly what they would say when they're trying to sell you it. Does this have a built-in fingerprint sensor? Yeah, it's got a built-in fingerprint unlocking, works great. Unlock quickly in 0.1 seconds and defend your phone easy. We'll see about that. Then we've got another thing about the fingerprint, speed fingerprint unlock the best effect, and 5G, because of course 5G. And then the last few pictures are of the item itself, and you can see on the back there it does say HD camera. It actually does say HD camera on the actual phone, you'll see soon. Then we have a photo of what appears to be the back of an actual legit one. No, I don't think it is, no. That looks fake. Then another couple of pictures, also take note of the hole punch camera being on the left instead of the center. And then this is what it looks like in various different colors with this wallpaper that I'm not sure where that's pinched from, but someone's going to let me know. And lastly, in the description, the S21 Ultra product features. It comes in black and blue, but doesn't show gold. The dimensions are listed there. It reckons it's got the MTK6989 10-core CPU, Android 10, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of storage, the 7.3-inch full screen, not a full screen, it's a full screen. The resolution is 1440 by 3200. The internet is 3G, 4G, 5G dual SIM card support SD card. The 6800 mAh battery. Camera pixel, 24 megapixel front. Rear camera is 48 megapixel. Latest features, face fingerprint unlock. They've only been around on phones for the last like 10 years, but anyways. It's got built-in GPS, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, couple of sensors, USB Type-C. Other features just show the Play Store, air distance, gesture, all that sort of thing. And it's available in a bunch of different languages. And that's it. That's the whole listing of the S21 Plus Ultra. So let's go ahead and take a look at this thing and... oh boy, here we go. It has a line there. So you can do some DIY stuff and write the brand of the phone on the box to make it more legit. Beautiful. It does say quad camera on the bottom there, and around the box is basically nothing except for a Sharpie mark that goes wee for Australian. There's no charger in this box though, unfortunately. But if we pop this open, here is the phone. We'll leave it to the side for a minute because the rest of the contents of the box is just a phone piece, a case, which is cool, some headphones, and the user manual, which is the usual switch on your phone, basic introduction, thanks for buying our company's products, you're welcome. Nothing new to see here, it's all the usual crap. And here is the Galaxy S21 Plus Ultra in all of its glory. And the first thing to note is the camera. It's a teardrop notch on the left. We've seen this before on the Galaxy S30 Ultra Plus thing. But there's the bezel sizes there, which aren't looking the greatest, but it'll do for a 7.3-inch display. Sorry, what I just said there is actually incorrect. It is not a 7.3-inch display that they've put on here. It's actually more of a 6.8-inch display. I don't know how I stuffed that up on the S30 Ultra video, as I never measured the screen, I just assumed. But if I use this tape measure that I pinched from Officeworks, which is just a piece of paper, it's more a 6.8-inch display right there. On the back though, here it is. Look at the cameras. Do you want to guess which one's the real one? Feel free. You've got an ultra-wide camera in there, a telephoto, a periscope lens, the laser autofocus. No, the only two legit things on here is the rear camera and the flash. And on the back I think is glass in this gold shimmery shiny goodness. And of course, there it is there. HD camera with FCC regulations, don't throw in the bin and all that sort of thing. This thing would definitely have no FCC regulations, but throwing this in the bin is one thing I can guarantee. Around the plastic frame of the phone we've got our SIM card tray. At the bottom we've got two speaker grills, which only one is populated, a USB Type-C port, a hole for the reset switch, power button, volume rocker, and you can see the camera bump ever so slightly just there, like the real deal. And that's actually made of a solid piece of aluminium as well. And at the top we have absolutely nothing, it's all plain. Now as I mentioned earlier, this does have some similarities with the S30 Ultra that I had a look at, and as you can see they're exactly the same size, but taking a look at the front of it though, looks exactly the same. They have the same screen on them. When we get to the teardown, I'm going to put the board from this in there and this in there and see if we can boot them up. Pretty much everything else is in the exact same place, and judging from the specs of this thing, I have a feeling we're going to see the same stuff in here. And just taking a look at the bottom as well, the Type-C port as well as the speaker grills, all looking very similar. Taking the SIM card tray out, we have an option to install 2 nano SIMs and a microSD card. So this does one thing that's better than the actual S21 Ultra. It gives you the option to put a microSD card in this. I wonder why, because the internal storage is very, very low. Put my microSD card in this, as well as a Telstra SIM. Put that in there. We'll slap the case on. We're ready to go. We're ready to roll. Also, I will dump the system files from this and put them in the description below. I'll actually share my folder that I've got on Mega of all the firmwares that I've dumped off all my welcome devices. So if you want to go pick through them, feel free, have fun. Powering on the S21 Plus Ultra thing. Here we go. I mean, of course it was going to be a welcome device. Wouldn't be anything else, would it? Rest in peace, LG. Rest in peace. There we go. We've booted up. Do we have signal? No, not yet. What was the... That's Samsung. That's LG. Okay, come on, show me that 5G. Give it a moment to kick in. Straight away. Very responsive. And it does appear to have the same applications on the Galaxy S30 Ultra, with the whole browser having the Chrome icon, but it's not actually Chrome. Email having Go, but it's not Android Go edition that they've actually put on here. But pretty much all the apps here are all the usual stuff we've seen before. YouTube's installed by default, which is good. But we will take a brief look over some of these soon. The navigation bar and the look of this does appear to be somewhat One UI inspired, kind of. Scrolling down though, Android 6 I'd say. Could be Android 5, you never know. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Do Not Disturb, Telstra, airplane mode, auto rotate, flashlight. Go on, let's try the flashlight as always. I did try it and it wasn't too bright. No, it's no. Touching and holding on the main screen brings up, oh, this. Is this Phoenix? I don't remember, but we can change the wallpapers. Like so. Feel free to tell me where these are pinched off. I have a feeling they might be pinched off LG actually, because I don't think these are Samsung. I mean, you can't really sort of see what's going on. I mean, you kind of can. Themes? Oh, we have one theme and that's it. What does this button do? Oh, it's the widgets. Sliding, that's the animation if you want to change that. And weather. Oh, we have looked at this before. This does work, yeah. Only one works, I think. I'll just leave it to none. Out of curiosity, what does the charging sound make? Nothing. And taking a close look at our 7.3-inch display, it's pretty blurry. Definitely not the 1440p display that they've advertised. I'd say it probably would be 960 by 540 as a guess. But hey, this thing could surprise me. We also only have 4G at the moment. 5G hasn't kicked in yet. So before I give this a call, I'm going to jump straight into settings. And this looks exactly like that S30. I think I said in that video that someone had a problem with their spacebar on the computer, and this is what's happened. The main words have spaces, but the subcategories just don't have any spaces in between them. Is it going to detect 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz networks, or just 2.4? 2.4, that's the answer. Bluetooth, nothing. SIM card shows that I've installed the SIM card in the second slot, not the first slot. That's probably why we're not getting 5G. I'll quickly switch that around. There goes my Telstra SIM. While we're waiting for networks to kick in, we've got our block of aluminium there. Plastic frame, glass back by the looks of it, and of course the glass front. Oh, changes the wallpaper every time you lock it and unlock it. No, it doesn't. Oh, yes it does. Still 4G. We'll go into more, which has cellular networks, preferred network type, 4G and 3G. No 5G. That's sad. Let's see if it's actually 4G or not. I have a feeling it won't be, but hey, you never know. And there we go. It's 3G only. Well, in that case, I'm going to give this a call and see what the call quality sounds like. What is the default ringtone of this thing? Probably Flutie phone, most likely? Yep, certainly is. So this is what the earpiece sounds like on the Galaxy S21 Plus Ultra clone thing from Wish. And the microphone quality sounds a little something like this on the Galaxy S21 Plus Ultra thing from Wish. I know I should be recording the call quality separately, but I think you all get the idea with these clones that they don't sound too good at all. Continuing on to display, all the usual stuff within here, and the wallpapers, I guess we can just get a better look at them. Maybe they're from Huawei, actually. I think they're from Huawei. Huawei, LG, and Samsung? I'm not too sure. Also really optimized for the notch that they've put in there. Well done. Oh, you can actually change the navigation keys. You can hide them if you want to get a full screen experience, but there's no gestures unfortunately. To this day we have not seen navigation gestures on a Welcome device. Maybe one day. Sound and notification, all the usual stuff in here as well. Any of the phone ringtones appear to be stolen from anything, or are they all just the default ones? Most likely just all the default stuff. If you want to go through the system files and let me know down in the comments below, that'd be good. Sound enhancement, best Audio, best loudness, and best surround. The 3 best things you'll ever need in life. Storage and USB, we've got our internal storage listed as 512 gigabytes. I've already connected this up to a computer to take the photos and videos off it, and it popped up with this. Definitely not having high hopes for this one. Memory shows our 12 gigabytes there as, wait, didn't it say 16 gigabytes in the listing? Maybe it's not the same listing that I found on Wish, but it's close enough. Battery, approximately 7 hours left. That's kind of reasonable for a Welcome device. Apps, we have all of the default applications here. I'm going to just scroll through here. And if you see anything dodgy, feel free to let me know. I'm just kind of looking here. I thought that said hospital for a second. No, it didn't. Battery warning. I don't know if there's going to be anything dodgy. There probably is going to be something dodgy. It all looks the same from the S30 Ultra thing. Pretty much everything is all the same. Search, sound recorder, marshmallow. There you go. Well, that was easy. Wireless update, YGPS, YouTube, all the usual stuff in here, honestly. Location we don't need to go into. Security, here we go. We'll do fingerprint. Go on. Locate the fingerprint sensor on the front of your phone. Found it. I need another creative way of testing this. Can I use a USB to unlock my phone? Can I unlock my phone using some blue tack? Worth a shot though. Let's use a glove. I've been sitting here trying to think of another creative way to enroll my fingerprint. I'll just use this pen thing. There you go. Done. So, how legit is it? Completely legit. When you actually enroll your fingerprint, the sensor location is here, but then it's down there. Makes complete sense. Let's try face unlock. Please proceed with caution. Okay, I will. Now, something I have not tried is grabbing a picture of some random on Google, shoving it up to the camera on the clone, and see if it can actually enroll the face. So, I'll just do a little something like this. Okay, and we'll just unlock screen. Yep, all good. I should be able to just do a magic wave. I'll try another bloke. Okay, if I just give it a magic wave. Nope, doesn't work. I'm determined to get this working. Okay, so the face unlock kind of works. I enrolled several stock photos of dudes on here and no, it can't detect it. It can enroll it, but it can't detect it. Maybe they've upgraded it. Okay, what about the front of a box of an LG then? Oh, it's enrolling. Does this work now? Nope, doesn't work. Alright, I've tried several faces from different sources and nah, nothing. I spent way too much time on that, so anyways, moving on. We've got accounts, I'll add a Gmail in later on. Google's going to be all the usual stuff, languages and input. Anything in here? No. Backup reset, date and time, scheduled power on and off. Accessibility, it says sensitivity, but it all looks the same. I'm not enabling quick boot because that won't work. Printing, in case you want to print, and about phone. Here we go. Wireless update, status. There's both IMEIs. Feel free to let me know where these are pinched from. And take a look at the serial number. We actually have a unique serial number. We don't have 01234567898ABCDEF. It is 0519G2358W125. Yeah, it's a unique one. That's a first. Model number is S21 Plus Ultra with the MT6989 10 core 512 gig plus 12 gig. Android version is 10. It actually comes up with 10. Whoa. Yay. And look at that. You have been bamboozled. I still can't believe the difficulty of this game. Security patch level is November 1st, 2019. Baseband version, kernel version, build number, and the custom build version. Anything there that might give us what we're looking for. 31st of the 3rd, 2021 is a date listed there. No mention of MT6580, so that's a good sign, I suppose. Well, that's about it within settings. So I think what I want to do now is showcase the absolute powerhouse of the rear camera and the front camera football. So let's open up the camera. There it is. Allow camera to make and manage phone calls. Sure thing. And here we go. We have autofocus. That doesn't really work. It just makes everything shake and doesn't do anything. It's the bare bones stock crap that we're used to. We do have HDR, but it just makes everything brighter and doesn't really do anything. In settings, we have some options here. Anti-shake doesn't work, I can tell you that. 48 megapixel rear camera and the front camera. The video quality I set to high. And if we swap to the front camera, we don't have any autofocus. And we have 24 megapixels on the front, and video quality was set to high. How well does the Galaxy S21 Plus Ultra perform in the camera department? So sit back, relax, and enjoy what you're about to see. Sorry, before we jump into the camera test, I forgot to check for wireless updates. I've just connected to Wi-Fi, so we'll check to see if we get an update. Probably not. No, of course not. QHD 1200 V50C3 S20 Plus Pro. Okay, well that makes sense. Alright, now I'll show you the photos and videos. Okay, here we are testing the video quality of the S21 Plus Ultra, or the S21 Ultra clone. This is what it looks like. Do we have autofocus? We kind of do. It says it does, but I don't think it actually does anything. Nope, it doesn't do anything. So this is kind of what it's looking like. Also, sorry about my garden, because I kind of need my gardener to come out, but thanks lockdown, that didn't work really well, so yeah, he's coming out soon anyways. That's what it looks like. Yeah, sorry about all the wind noises and stuff like that. Hopefully it doesn't pick it up too much, but let's go for a close-up on some flowers, and it looks like that. Good 48 megapixel high definition HD camera right there. Some detail though, with the three Muppets here. I can see some details. See? Detail. Ooh. This is also with anti-shake mode on as well. I believe that doesn't do anything with it on or off. It's still exactly the same. The brick wall with my shadow, because it's almost sunset. Can you see clarity? Yeah? No? Okay, let's go down to Stuart and see what he says. He just says, I'm just chilling, man, leave me alone. The lemon tree has a lemon. Right there. There he is. There's a big one. Someone's cooking some nice dinner, I can smell it. Definitely not my house. That's what the faraway icon looks like at a 4x digital zoom, and back out again. That is the camera quality for this. There's Ripley. She's kind of wondering why I'm outside again. Sorry about all the wind as well. It's pretty hectic at the moment. It's also nice and sunny, and there's a bird yelling. Shush. Testing the camera quality of the S21 Plus Ultra, which is an S21 Ultra clone that's found on Wish and AliExpress and all that sort of thing. This is what it looks like. There is no autofocus. It's a bit jelly kind of movement. There's a lot of wind going on, as I said. Does it look any good? Not really, no, but it'll do. I guess it'll do. No? Yes? No? Probably not, no. Okay, so you've seen the photos and videos. 2 megapixel camera on the rear and a 2 megapixel camera on the front. However, it's not too bad of a 2 megapixel camera. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's acceptable. So that's one positive with this. The front camera doesn't look as sharp as the rear camera. Autofocus doesn't work, but like, that's not half bad. If you go back to the camera test and have a look over it again, it's not half bad. For a phone that's going to cost $200 Australian, it's definitely not worth it. And video quality was pretty average, to be fairly honest. Camera-wise in this, it's acceptable. It appears to be the exact same hardware that was in the S30 Ultra, so I'm going to assume that the processor and RAM and all that sort of stuff is exactly the same as that. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves at the moment. We're going to try a bunch of these applications. Now, I have installed the usual spec applications, and someone actually emailed me and said, you should try a couple more applications that I found on the Play Store. And one of them was Fake Device Test. I have not opened it as of yet, but I have installed it to see if it actually shows more details than device info hardware, so we've got that to test. Let's go through this quickly. Let's go onto the browser first. Allow it to do a lot of things, yep, no problems. So if we look up the actual S21 Ultra on Google, well there you go, it's almost $2,000 in Australia. But if we go to the actual website of Samsung, the browser actually isn't too bad. It's kind of a little bit snappy. I mean, it doesn't have to load a lot, but there you go. Let's try Telstra, since I've got a Telstra SIM card in there. 6.8 inch display on the real deal. I'll show the specs at the end. Okay, you know how I said the browser was usable? Yeah, no, not really. I can also tell you as well that this has less than 2 GB of RAM, likely going to be 1 GB, because I looked for Call of Duty on the Play Store and nothing came up. So yeah, less than 2 GB in this thing. Calculator, calendar, camera, clock, contacts, we don't need to open a lot up. We can try the radio quickly, see what's playing on Australian radio at 11:35 PM on a, I don't even know what day it is. I could have used the headphones that came in the box. Oh well, doesn't matter. That was a bit cringy. There you go, that's what's playing on Australian radio at 11:35 PM on a Monday night. Gallery, Google, GTA 3, we'll come back to gaming soon, Maps, Messaging, Messenger. At least it comes with some social media stuff, which is good I guess. Music's up next. Let's do the speaker test. Also, one thing I noticed about the user interface as well, it's slightly different. Because if I hold the power button, it comes up with that menu. Even though we know it's Marshmallow, that's borrowed off Android 9, I think? Or is that 10? Someone will tell me. Anyways, with no enhancements on, let's give BFG Division a go. On a 1.7 we got to. The speaker is average at best, pretty much. It is a bit loud, but at 100% volume it's nothing special, and of course we don't have dual stereo speakers, it is just the bottom firing speaker. Phone we'll come back to, Play Store search, secret codes we'll also come back to, settings, SIM toolkit, sound recorder, system info, voice search, and YouTube. Let's jump into the YouTube test. Fuck off TikTok. Okay, the quality we can select 1080p 60 FPS. Go on, let's see how this looks. Wait for it to kick in. Wait for it. Oh, yep, looking good. Looking good. Let's be a bit fair to it. 720p 60 FPS. Might get more than 3 frames a second. Oh, yep, there we go. More than 3 frames a second. Good stuff. 480p then. Go on. It'll be nice and smooth in a second. Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. 480p. Good stuff. Yeah, the display's nothing too exciting there. Struggles at 720p at 60 FPS, which is indicating to me MT6580. So in that case, we're kind of knowing what the performance is going to be like. So I'll go ahead and open up Minecraft and we'll just play that for a little bit, see how this goes. So I open Minecraft and the phone has completely frozen. I can't do anything. Well, time to use... Oh, hello. Oh, that worked. For some reason the camera bump is extremely hot. The rest of the phone is slightly warm, but the camera bump is, yeah, it's quite toasty. Maybe the processor's sitting right about there somewhere? Possibly. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit laggy. That's to be expected. A lot of terrain here, which is good for benchmarking, I guess, but, yeah, it's considerably laggy. As I usually say, if you look at the sky, it's fine. If you look at the ground, it's fine. But anywhere else, nah. It's a bit of a mess. So I'm thinking MT6580, unfortunately. Let's say hello to this cow. Hello. Oh, okay. This is pretty much how I thought it would perform, and it took forever to load as well. That's Minecraft. The real test is GTA 3. I mean, that could run on a PS2, so it could run on this, right? Cranking the settings all the way to max. Let's see how well GTA 3 runs. Will I flip the car? Most likely. Whoa! Hey, it's really smooth. Benji.
I know a place on the edge of the red light district where we can lay low, but my hands are all messed up, so you better drive, brother.
Get in. Hey, yep, it's smooth. I've been playing San Andreas on an ROG2, just for the whole sake of it. So I've kind of been trying to practice my GTA skills on a phone. It's quite difficult. Bit laggy in some areas, but if you wanted to spend $200 on a phone just to play GTA 3, then you could absolutely do that if you wanted to. At least you get a big screen. Sorry, it wasn't a big screen, it was a big screen.
Let's get off the street and find a danger close.
So we're getting the general idea of how this thing is running. Well, it's not the worst welcome device ever. It's kind of acceptable, especially for the $60 I paid for it. It's so far just very meh. I think that's the best part of it in the HD camera. We'll open secret codes. We'll see if there's anything in here where we can alter the specs or anything like that, and I don't think we can. I'll try engineer mode, which is the usual. Settings is nothing new. Face unlock. Oh, this could be where this is uploading photos to the dark web. I don't know. Device info. I didn't see that. Oh, hello. There's everything that we need to see here. S20 Plus Pro it is, with MT6580. The brand is welcome. Our screen is 540 by 1200. We have 2 GB of DDR3 and 16 gigs of internal storage. Bunch of resolutions there for the camera, I'd say. IMEI, the serial number, everything that you need to know is right there. I can't remember who told me about this, but whoever found it, thank you. Because that's showed us everything that we need to know. Okay, so you've just seen the secret codes. And at this point in time, I continued on with having a look at the specifications. It was only until after I'd completely edited this video down that I went, I should put QuickShortcutMaker on here just to have a look and see if I can find anything. And sure enough, there's some more shortcuts in here that we need to check out. But first of all, something I didn't try is in the phone dialer, if you type in the Samsung test menu, like so, you get that. And you can test various functions on this device, like LP gesture. Far, or hang on, move your hand top of the phone. There, you just gotta, put your hand right there to trigger it. Fair enough. The speaker. That is the sound you hear upon realizing the disappointment of buying a welcome device. So yeah, various other functions in here, but if we go to QuickShortcutMaker, we do have a couple of things in here. And pretty much what this app does is show all the applications installed on the device, and you can just launch them and try them out. So if we have a look through here and have a look at some of the things that they've put on here by default, most of these are all the usual stuff. We have device info, which is called King Send Time, but this is what we've seen before. Yes, which is all the specifications listed. Then we have MediaTek's engineer mode, which is something like that, which we don't need to really go into. There's face unlock, there's actually 2 of them there. One's from Elephant Tech, and the other one is example finger launcher icon, but they do exactly the same thing though, which is quite confusing. See? Same thing. Then we have factory, which is the Samsung test menu. Yes, it is. Well, the fake Samsung test menu. Then we have factory test, which there's a whole bunch here, but if we just go to the first one, it is pretty much exactly the same as the Samsung test menu, except a little different. Gravity. Whoa, gravity. It actually has a gravity sensor in it. Well, accordingly. Unless it's just showing random numbers, possibly, who knows. Now we do have one called set theme, but unfortunately it doesn't do anything. But there's one more. Switch app right here, which I found, and I've already played around with this. This right here, my friends, is what we were looking for. This is how you change the specifications of your device. So I set all the specifications to the absolute maximum. So the ROM you can choose anywhere from true to 1 terabyte. So I chose 1 terabyte. RAM, you can choose anything from true to 24 gigabytes. You can have 5G enabled, which is what we were looking for all along. So they had it set to 4G, but yeah, you can put on 5G. If I put another SIM card in, 5G will pop up. Well, 5G. You could switch the phone model as well to a number of different ones that they have here, like the Noah 7 SE and i12 and the Mate 40 Pause Plus, which is what I chose. Actually, I chose the Mate 40 Pro Plus. That's a bit of a mouthful. The CPU, you can choose MT6595, MT6899, MT6580, and MT6989. One of these is true. Guess which one? Android version is 10, 6, 8, and 9, and depending on what you pick, the Easter egg will change in settings. So I did try Android 8.1, and it shows the Oreo, but you go tap on it a couple of times for the octopus to come up, and it just crashes. So that doesn't work. But 9 shows the pie Easter egg, 10 shows what we've already been over, and 6 just goes straight into Marshmallow Land. CPU core count, we may as well have 10, because 10's bigger than 4 and 8, I guess. And I manually changed the model number to Welcome Fuckery. Because why not? Now if I show you in settings, storage and USB, there it is. We have 1 terabyte of storage. And memory, 24 gigabytes of RAM in this. Absolute powerhouse of a phone this thing is. So yeah, I'm going to have to use QuickShortcutMaker on more devices from now on, as well as the secret code still. Feel free to try that on your own welcome device if you do happen to own one. Download QuickShortcutMaker, I'll link it in the description below, and put it on. Go through there and try a couple of things, but just be careful with any settings that you do that mucks around with the specifications of the device, because I think I bricked that Xiaomi phone that I had a look at by stuffing around with that and just adding random numbers where I shouldn't have been adding random numbers, and then that's essentially how it died, I think. Anyways, just a warning, but let's continue on and show you the real specifications. So in that case, I'm going to open Fake Device Test and see if this shows everything that we've just seen. Device screen resolution test, 1200 by 540, that's correct. Manufacturer, welcome. S20 Plus Pro, OS reported version, Android 6. Internal storage, 16 gigabytes. CPU just says it's a quad core, there we go, MT6580. RAM information, 2 gigabytes with 1.25 gig free. So this is pretty much telling us everything that we need to know. It doesn't show the cameras though, but the main specifications listed are right here. So this application is actually quite handy. I'll link to this in the description below along with the other applications so you can try this on your device if you want to. I will open device info hardware just in case, do the multi-touch test. Yeah, see MT6989, 12 gigabytes, yeah, sure. Quad core, S21 Plus Ultra, that's actually an S20 Ultra, that looks like an S21 Ultra, oh, that's confusing. But yeah, 1200 by 540 is the display. In camera, it actually does show the fake specs on here. Battery, 6000 mAh it reckons. We'll see about that. Multi-touch, 5-point multi-touch, not bad. I'll just try the one that shows everything usually. Welcome S20 Plus Pro. There you go. MT6580. Confirmed. No problems. 16 gigabytes of internal storage, 2 gigabytes of RAM, 5.3 inch screen. That's incorrect. The screen resolution is correct. Battery shows 100 mAh. Close enough. System info is trying to use camera. Yes. Yes. Yep. There we go. 2 megapixel. 2 megapixel. All is confirmed there. MT6580, 2 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of storage. As a conclusion for this, it's an acceptable welcome phone. It is not the worst that I've tested. Even though it does have 2 gigabytes of RAM, I couldn't play Call of Duty. I could have installed it manually, but we probably would have got the pink screen. And I think at this point in time, with the amount of welcome devices I've reviewed on this channel, I think we all know the performance that we're going to get out of this. So, all up, just another MT6580 welcome device. Nothing new here. Maybe in 2022, they might upgrade the CPUs in these. Probably not. We'll still be waiting another 10 years before we even get to a Helio P22 in one of these things. That's it for the S21 Plus Ultra. Let's take it apart and do some experiments. Power off, please. There we go. It welcomes you when it shuts down. That's fair. Alright, so the system files have been dumped. I've uploaded them to Mega. That is in the description below. So it is time to take apart the S21 Plus Ultra, aka the S20 Plus Ultra, aka another welcome device, and see if it's exactly the same as this, the S30U. Now, I wonder if the camera bump's actually going to come off with the back glass, or if that's integrated into the back plastic. So we just slice and dice, and yep, it's part of that. Okay, I thought it might have just all come off in one piece, but no, there you go. We're in. It's so weird having a back glass with just a piece missing. It's like a cleaver, you know. Inside of it, we have a battery listed just there. I will Google this and see if anything comes up for it, but I have a feeling it's the exact same one that we have seen inside of the latter one. There's also a couple of stickers just there, which says it was made in 2021. Let's have a look at our rear cameras. There we go. Oh, just comes off like so. Yeah, they've just machined this bit in there and went, there you go. No one will know. There is a sticker there. You can see that sticker. It says 2 gig plus 16 gig, which confirms the specifications. And with this, we have to unscrew all of these screws to then pop off the frame, and then we'll get access to the internals. Okay, frame is off. Buttons are there. In the frame, we do have nothing. Okay, never mind. Okay, so we've got the speaker there, which is just the usual box speaker. It's got a bit of mesh over it. Type-C USB port, microphone, signal wire, vibration motor, flex ribbon. There we go. And flipping the battery up, do we have anything? No, we don't. Now, if you do remember in the S30 video, I actually tried swapping parts around with the Xcode Mate 40, and I think one of them worked, possibly? I don't remember. We've got some codes on the rear camera, just like so, if you can see them. But that's our 2 megapixel camera. Whole 2 megapixels. There's an unused connector as well, probably for a fingerprint scanner that they haven't included on this model. There's the LED flash that's just stuck down there, why not? The front camera sort of snakes around like so. The earpiece is just stuck in there like so. The volume button's there. And there we go. That's it there. The front camera has a code on it, like so. I will look that up. There's also another code just there on the motherboard. So it's a matter of where would the system on chip be? We've already confirmed that's the MT6580. Let's just leave the shielding on. So now let's come to our buddy here and see if he's exactly the same. And what do you know? Well, I'll take off all the screws of this one, and I will transplant the motherboard and stuff into here, just to see if it does work. I would say it would. But the thing is with this, it's not actually charging. I tried to charge it and it's completely dead, so I have no idea what happened to it. But anyways, this will be very instantaneous for you. In 3, 2, 1, there we go. We've done the transplant. The little foam piece that was kind of stuck in there, I pulled off, but then it fit, so it's all good. Plug a charger into it. No, it appears that the S30 is dead. I remember it working though. Maybe I've killed it, I don't know. I can smell burning. Okay, well let me put the S21 guts into this, because this has got a screen protector on it, which means quality. We'll see if this works. Alright, with everything back in place, I'll see if it works. There we go. We did it. So, pretty much what we've learnt is they've just reused the same motherboard and same guts from the last model to the new one, and they'll probably do that with the next 5 models. Maybe 6, maybe 7, who really knows. Does this all work? Oh! Fuck off, phone! Thanks for scaring me. That was good. There we go. Yep, it's all still good. We achieved a lot here. Maybe it's just me, but I swear the speaker in this one is louder. Could be just me. I'll just stick the back camera bump back on like so, and we'll just grab our glass and situate that back down, and no one will ever know that we've been inside of it and swapped screens around. There we go. So if you want to learn the specifications of the S21 Plus Ultra, feel free to pause the video here. It's all these specifications that are pretty much lifted straight from the previous one. So unfortunately, while we didn't see anything new, it was fun to have a look at this and play around with this and see if there was any improvements, and unfortunately, it's nothing. Just another welcome device as per usual, nothing special here. Good screen real estate, terrible screen resolution, terrible hardware, okay cameras, I guess, okay speaker, I suppose. It scared me twice. So it's doing well. I'll put the other one back together off camera, because I'm pretty much done with this one. And if you do have a specific request for another welcome device for me to have a look at, feel free to let me know, because there's a bunch of them on Wish, AliExpress, all that sort of thing. But you folks let me know what welcome device you want to see, what clone of, you know, a recent device you want to see. Should I wait for the S22? Have they already released S22 clones? Who really knows at this point in time, but feel free to let me know. For the rest of November and December, I'm pretty much going to be doing sample reviews. So I do have a Unihertz Titan, a Realme GT, as well as a rugged device with a 108 megapixel sensor in it, which is going to be super interesting to have a look at. One sent by Banggood and the other 2 are from AliExpress. So that's mainly going to be taking up the next month or so by doing 3 full-length reviews on sample products. I know I said I didn't really want to do them, but I was offered to have a look at some products. I chose these specifically because I haven't featured any of the brands on this channel as of yet. This is going to be the last cheapo one for a while. But regardless, I hope you did enjoy this video for what it was, even though it was basically just the same as this in a slightly new housing. That's pretty much it. I mean, this one does look better than this thing. But I hope you got some sort of entertainment out of it. And as usual, timestamps in the description, as well as the pinned comment, mega link in the description for all the firmwares and stuff, as well as the software that I use to test on these phones. I'll link them down in the description as well. And finally, I buy these things so you don't have to. We know that the S21 Plus Ultra off Wish is nothing new, but maybe next time we'll find something new. Anyways everyone, thank you so much for watching through this video, I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I'm going to be a bit busy for the next month, so I'll try and put as much effort as I can into the videos to make them good, and I'll try and keep them under an hour each, hopefully. Anyways everyone, thanks so much once again for watching, I really do appreciate it. And as always, take care, stay safe, be good people, and I'll see you all in the next video, which will probably be the Unihertz Titan review. Most likely. I also have filmed like 3 job lots or 4 job lots, and 2 I completed, the other 2 I was filming halfway and just decided to stop. So I have probably a 200 gigabyte archive of job lots now that no one will ever see. That's good. If you like this content, feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you didn't. Thanks heaps for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.